Warhammer can be quite expensive. So I'm going to try and turn this 5-man kit into 10. Hey everyone, Jam here and welcome to Bash and Brush. Now if you're like me, especially a Space Wolves collector, you probably have quite a few Phobos / Reaver models lying around. So the first thing I had to do was find 5 poses and bodies that I could use to kitbash onto. And as you can see here, I haven't even built up the original Wolf Scouts yet because I'm going to try and spread the bits across these 10 guys as evenly as possible. And one little side tangent here, I don't know if anybody else had this problem, but the Wolf Scouts had some crazy mold lines, some of the worst I've seen in many years. But after far too long of cleaning those models up, I had the originals built out with most of their parts, so I knew which spare bits I had left over. And there's quite a few spare bits in this kit. Now the only real slicing and dicing I did on the actual models themselves was removing the little skull things in the middle of their chest, because later we'll be gluing on those bandoliers and pouches. Now the first guy I worked on was the pack leader of these Wolf Scouts, and for him I'm just giving him the pointy signal arm and a plasma pistol. The general theme of this video is I'm going to try and use as much as I can from the original Wolf Scouts kit without dabbling too much into other kits, making it as cheap as possible. And the last thing to make this pack leader WYSIWYG was to glue on this sheathed power weapon. Now I want these guys to blend in with the original kit as much as possible, but I did have this wolf pelt thing that was sent to me years ago by a viewer of the channel, and I thought maybe it's time to just use it, so I just super glued that on, just to help that leader stand out a bit more, I guess. And like I said, this kit comes with quite a lot of extra parts, especially those chest bandoliers, so I glued one of them onto this guy's chest. And don't worry, we'll be coming back in with some green stuff later to blend it all out. Now the next thing I wanted to do was build out the bomb guy. Now a lot of these parts I'm pretty sure from the Incursors kit, because I think they come with this landmine thing. And I just glued that on, and I got one of the arms from there as well, with the giant computer Pip-Boy kind of thing going on, trying to make him just look like the heavy weapons tech kind of guy. Now one thing the original kit is a bit short on is shoulder pads. So I got these from the Reaver kit, and I wanted it on this guy. Again, he's the heavy guy, so having that slightly chunkier armored shoulder pad just looked right to me. Now the bandolier little pouch thing on this guy's chest is actually from the Reaver kit, and I just glued it on at an angle. Once again, we'll be coming in with green stuff in a bit. Now as for the pistols and the combat weapons and stuff like that, I did need to jump into other kits here, so I think like the pistol holster might be from the Intercessors kit, the knife is from the Grey Hunters kit, but this is all extra little bits that we should have lying around. And as always, if you do want to support the channel and help me keep my bits box full and help these videos keep on coming, then check out my description for all the links to support the channel. Now next up was just a standard plasma pistol combat weapon guy, and all the bits on him are from the original kit. I do quite like that the Wolf Scouts have leather gloves for some reason. It just makes them look a bit extra fancy, I guess. Now the next one was again another plasma pistol combat blade kind of guy, but I posed him in a way that will help with my basing later, where I want him to be leaping over some terrain. So hopefully by the end this one will look quite cool. Next up was the plasma gun guy. But I didn't want him just to be holding a plasma gun the same as the original kit. I wanted him to be throwing his plasma gun back and he's getting ready to jump into close combat. So I wanted him to be dual blading. And I've got this arm where he's drawing the blade from the sheath. I've never really had a use for it, so this was perfect. I think this might be from the Primaris upgrade sprue, possibly. And then the other blade arm I believe is also from the Incursors kit. Like I said, I wanted this guy to look like he's just ready to leap into close combat. Now as for the plasma gun, this one I believe I got from one of the old Scout sprues or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But I just glued that down on the back of this guy, and later again we'll be coming in with some green stuff to make a sling. Now at this point I did most of the gluing and everything I wanted to do, and it was on to the green stuff, but I wanted to have them on their bases so it was easier to handle them. But obviously I needed to do the basing first. Now I am planning a video in the future where I'll go into depth on how I actually finish my basing, but basically these bits are from Epic Basing. They do amazing 3D printed basing bits and stuff like that, and it's really helped me solve what I want to do with this army. Now this isn't sponsored at all, I just think they look cool. So yeah, I just slapped that all together once again just so I have something to hold on to. But like I said, it's on to the green stuff to really bring it all together. And now for some reason, Wolf Scouts have little fur blankety things strapped to their power packs. I have no idea why, but again, it just looks cool. And I want my guys to blend in with the original one, so that's what we're going to do now. So I rolled out my green stuff with my paintbrush, remember to keep everything nice and wet. And what I did was I just brought the backpack down to the green stuff to get a measurement of the width that I wanted, and I just marked it out with my hobby knife and then just kind of cut out a square. Or I guess in the case of the first one I did more of a wiggly rectangle. Then I just placed the straightest part down at the front of the backpack, or is it the back? I don't know how that would really work. And then using my silicon shapers here, I just, well, shape the green stuff to where I want it. And as you can see here, I always keep one of the original models nearby just kind of as a reference point to make sure I'm getting it roughly the same. But obviously the back was way too long because I just cut out a long strip of green stuff. So I just come in with my hobby knife and I just start shaping it up and cutting away that green stuff. And then I'll also come in with my hobby knife and I'll create little tears and nicks and scratches across the leather just to make it look a bit more worn in, similar to the originals. And speaking of the standard kit, they've got these little leather straps holding this fur pelt blanket thing down. So I just cut out little thin strips of green stuff and loop them underneath the little exhausts. And once I did have them in place, I just used something really sharp, and in this case my tweezers, just to poke a hole in the end so it kind of looks like a button or it's pinned in instead of green stuffing a belt buckle on there, just to save a bit of time. And speaking of green stuff straps, it was time to do all the straps and stuff holding down the bandoliers. And this was pretty quick and simple to do, just trying to make sure the width of the strap is roughly the same as the actual bandolier bit. And yeah, just smoothed it out and connected it all with my silicon shaper. I mean, it is a simple step, but it really helps bring the model together and really sell the similar vibes of the standard Wolf Scouts. Now, the Wolf Scouts do come with these little accessory bits that glue onto their backpacks. Now, I did keep 2 of these bits for my new pack, but also found this missile bomby thing, which I think might be from the original Scouts kit as well, and I just glued it onto the back of my bomb guy. Another 2 bits I glued onto my standard plasma pistol guys just to make them look a bit more fancy. And the next step was doing the green stuff fur that just pokes out of these little leather strap backpack things. And as always, all I do here is I roll out tiny little teardrop shaped bits of green stuff, stick them down onto the model, and then I use my hobby knife to just press in some extra shape and detail. Now, as always, if you want to learn more about green stuff fur, then check out my full video on that. Now, I will say with the first one I did, I think I did the fur a bit too long, a little bit too chunky, but I definitely refined it by the second dude. And as you can see here on the pack leader, I just did a full wolf pelt on his back, just to help him stand out a little bit more as well. Now with that done, the last thing to do was glue on the heads from the Wolf Scouts kit. I'm not 100% a fan of all of the heads that come in there, but again, I wanted to use up that entire kit to save some money. And let's have a little completed reveal. And there you have them, ladies and gents, in all their Wolf Scout glory. Now personally, I think these guys blend in with the originals pretty well, but obviously let me know in the comments below what you think. I really want to kind of showcase in this video with some very light kit bashing and very simple green stuff techniques. You can get a unique looking unit that is game legal and it fits in with the rest of the army. And as always, if you did enjoy the video, you know what to do, all the YouTubey stuff. Like, share, subscribe, and hype. I always forget about the new hype thing. And if you want to go that step further, like I said earlier, check out the links in my description for all the ways to support the channel. But until the next one, if you'd like to see more Space Wolfy videos and watch me build out my Space Wolves army, check out this playlist, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.